Hi guys, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back again to another very interesting video. So I saw this video about Erika Kirk embarrassing herself on stage. Erika Kirk embarrassing herself on stage. That's really surprising because I know that she's a very calculative woman. It always feels like she has a scripted, her performance are always scripted, so she knows how to conduct herself well in public. Now this video kind of contradicts what I think. Okay, so I'm going to be watching this video. I hope they show clips of where she embarrassed herself so we can actually say, okay, she actually embarrassed herself. Let's see this together. This video is coming from Brian Thailand Cohen and it's titled, "Oh my god, Erika Kirk embarrasses herself on stage at a conference." Let's see this together.
If you're Erika Kirk, you've got one job, and it is not to do this on stage.
Please welcome Turning Point USA CEO and Chair, Erika Kirk.
Why? Because after a while, it invites mockery like this viral video from comedian Drewski just days ago. So if you're Erika Kirk and you continue with the WWE style entrances even after the comedians make these jokes, you just validate their points. So this was an event titled Build the Red Wall, which took place at Dream City Church in Phoenix, Arizona, and featured Erika Kirk.
It looks like I am missing the joke here. I saw that comedy caricature kind of video that Drewski made, but I still couldn't catch the joke. What was wrong with her entrance? I'm not getting the joke. How did she embarrass herself? Am I missing something? Is there something I'm actually missing? Let's continue. Let me see if I'll get it. Okay, let's continue.
Alongside Donald Trump as part of a broader push to energize conservative voters ahead of the midterm elections. The event itself, standard Turning Point USA fare. But what everybody is actually talking about, what is dominating the conversation online, isn't anything that Erika Kirk said, it's how she walked in, which is to say, full WWE. And look, I grew up watching WWE back when it was called WWF. I watched The Rock and The Undertaker and D-Generation X. I saw their entrances, which sometimes even came from the ceilings. Erika Kirk's entrances rival all of theirs. And I don't say that as a cheap shot. I say it as someone with a long history watching the world's most theatrical sport. So here's what I want to be precise about, because again, I'm not interested in cheap shots. Since taking over as Turning Point USA CEO following Charlie Kirk's assassination, Erika Kirk has drawn repeated scrutiny for frequent public appearances featuring flashy outfits, heavy makeup, and pyrotechnics. The Phoenix entrance didn't happen in a vacuum. It is part of a pattern that people have been noticing and commenting on for months now. And the reason it keeps generating conversation is because of the tension between the somber circumstances that brought her to this role and the increasingly maximalist way that she is inhabiting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome to the stage the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
And look, I want to be clear about something. Grief is not a one-size-fits-all phenomenon. There is no rule book for how some widow is supposed to carry herself, and I'm not going to sit here and police that. What I am going to talk about is the organizational strategy, because that's where this gets interesting. Charlie Kirk built Turning Point USA into one of the most effective grassroots mobilization machines on the right. The product that he built was serious, even when it was provocative, What's emerging now looks increasingly like something totally different, a personality-driven entertainment brand in search of its next viral moment. The WWE entrance, the theme songs, the pyrotechnics. And here's the thing about spectacle. It works until it doesn't. Critics have pointed to empty seats at recent Turning Point USA events, with observers noting that turnout was less than local church services. Here, for example, is J.D. Vance.
It doesn't bother me when he speaks on issues today, frankly, even when I disagree with how he's applying particular principles. So the most obvious example.
In fact, those empty seats didn't escape the attention of Jon Ossoff either.
I don't know if you saw, but J.D. Vance was in Georgia this week. Don't worry, no one showed up. The stadium was empty. Did you see that? But JD came to UGA to attack the Pope. 2 days after Donald Trump depicted himself as Jesus Christ. The faithless president depicts himself as Christ while he plunges the nation into wars of choice, while he and his family rake in billions from foreign princes, while he plunders our health care to cut taxes for the rich. Meanwhile, rent, power, groceries, and health care have all hit all-time highs this year. This year. Ground beef's up 20% since Trump took office. Coffee, 40%. Health premiums through the roof. And remember, while you pay more for everything, the first family's wealth is growing by billions of dollars. Because they're crooks. And everybody knows it.
So yeah, when your own base isn't even filling the room, fireworks do not solve the problem. They just make the empty seats harder to notice from the stage. And look, going back to Kirk, much of the online conversation following the Phoenix event focused less on her message and more on the optics of her entrance. And that right there is the tell. If you walk out to a WWE theme song with pyrotechnics and nobody's talking about what you actually said, if the entrance completely swallowed the substance, then the entrance failed on its own terms. You didn't energize the crowd, you became the story. And in politics, when the packaging becomes the story instead of the message, that is not a branding win, that's a branding problem. Turning Point USA is trying to hold together a movement that lost its founder under genuinely traumatic circumstances, and that is legitimately hard. Nobody's disputing that. But the way that you sustain a movement built on ideas is with ideas, with arguments and organizing and showing up and making the case, not with theme songs and smoke machines. Because when the smoke clears, and it always does, all that's left is the question of whether anybody...
I'm just gonna put the link of this video. It's just remaining about 1 minute or so to just complete the video, but I just don't want to complete it. Okay. There are two sides of that. Like, there are two things to talk about in this story. The sun is really reflecting in my eyes, but it's making me shiny. But anyway, there are two sides of the story. The politics side, that's the Donald Trump side and how, you know, all of that. And then the Erika side. Let me just quickly talk about the Erika side. The thing is, Erika is not the founder of Turning Point USA. She's the wife of the founder. Now, when there's a founder, he has a picture in his mind of the product he wants to build, right? Now, when the founder tragically passes away, now his wife or his vice president or whoever takes over, she doesn't have the original picture in the head, even though he must have shared it with her. So you do not expect Turning Point USA to continue in the same level. I don't think it will. There are so many things will change. some things will change, some things will never be the same. She probably did not agree with everything he was doing in Turning Point USA. There are some things she wants to implement, there are some things she just wants to adjust. I mean, still following the legacy of her husband, but some things she just wants to brush up, something she just wants to fine-tune. Do you understand? It will never be the same, because the original founder who has the original idea in his head is no longer there. And again, I feel like everybody has a way he grieves. Let's give Erika Kirk a break. It now looks like as if she has a very performative appearance, like her appearances are now very performative, very, you know, that's because everybody has something to say about the way she speaks, the way she looks, the way she appears. She's attending so many interviews, she's not grieving him properly. Somebody has to continue it. And now the way she chooses to do it could just be her style, you know. And again, I do not believe that the way the founder originally wanted the product is the way it will be, even when he passes away. The person that succeeds him might want to fine-tune some things. Oh, I do not like the way this is going. I think I have a better idea or a similar idea that would make it work better. Do you understand? Now, this whole entrance thing, I honestly did not really see. Maybe if you guys have seen something I'm not catching, please drop it in the comment section. I'm really open to talking about it, okay? But I did not get the joke. I saw the Drewski caricature mock and all of that videos all over the place. I still did not get it. I watched her video. I was like, what? I didn't catch the joke. Okay, you guys should just let this woman be. Okay, just let her be. I saw the video where they were taking her out of the White House at the dinner that happened a while ago. I mean, just yesterday or so. She was really crying, like she was so scared for her life. That's how bad it is. Anyway, please drop your thoughts and what you think about this video in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Bye.